It's the #1 show in the streets. Hood Rich Radio with DJ Scream.
Sir Rich Radio 92.3, 96.7 The Beat. DJ Scream is here, Moran the Man is here, and we have a massive superstar check-in going down with the one, the only Jeezy. Jeezy, welcome back to Hood Rich Radio. It's been a minute, my brother. How you feeling?
Come on, man. I'm here. I'm hood and I'm rich.
Yep.
I'm in the building.
Icy white ones on.
Right.
Taking it back for real.
Just keep it G, man, all the time.
Now, what I love about your career is, man, you control the seasons of you just wake up and say, okay, now it's Jeezy season.
Right.
So what made you just decide to come out and say it's Jeezy season?
I mean, it's a cold summer, man. You know, for me, a.k.a. wintertime, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People normally, drop in the summer and try to catch all the heat, but it's just like I'm the snowman. So I'm gonna warm it up in the wintertime. We ball all year round.
Right.
So for me, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, summer, summer is what it is, but wintertime, everybody gets serious. But I'm gonna lighten up the mood, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you something to ride to, stack to, get your paper. That's what I do.
We need that right now. There's a lot going on in the world.
There's a lot going on. I just want to see you richer, happier, stress free.
Absolutely.
Do your thing. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm here to give. You know what I'm saying?
Now you got a record with Bottles Up, right?
With Puff,
We'll play that in a second for sure. Now,
Right.
So did you get Diddy or Puff Daddy? Because it's two different things
I
going on.
called Diddy.
You called Diddy.
But Puff Daddy hopped on the record.
Okay, got you.
Right.
Got you.
That's how it went down.
That's what we want too. We want that Puff
because
Daddy.
it was like, we went down to Miami and just kicked it, for a whole week. We just, I went to Revolt, hung out, you know what I mean? We went everywhere, caught a few concerts, Bruno Mars joint, just had a few parties, just kicked it, you know what I mean? Really just, build as black entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? We, drunk each other's tequila, you know what I'm saying? It just build, you know
That's
what I'm
dope.
saying? Yeah,
That's
you
dope.
know what I mean? Because there's a lot to the game that he knows, you know what I'm saying? Because he's definitely been in. There's a lot to the game I know about, staying power. So we just chopped it up, man. Black excellence.
Speaking of bottles, you set like the club bottle quota for clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like you went from 20 to 50, then you saw hundreds of bottles
to
and all that stuff.
And probably counting.
As you sit back and see your influence or how you just influence the street culture, the independent culture, like how do you react to that when you just watch like?
I mean, it's crazy because I remember going to the club buying 100 bars of Cristal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
not
remember
cheap.
buying.
Right.
I think I might be too young for them days.
Yeah, I remember buying. Back then we was drinking 1800 Quavo, and I remember just being in the club one night in Visions, and Alex, who's the promoter and the club owner, was like, "Yo, we ran out of 1800, and we ran out of Cristal. Won't y'all try this new champagne? It was called Perrier Juliet. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Won't y'all try this new tequila? It was called Patron." And we started from there, and that changed the culture. So when I saw that, I was like, "Damn." So for me, I'm about ownership. So for me, I wanted to own my own tequila.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I sat down with my partner Ken Austin.
Okay.
And got my own tequila. You know what I'm saying? Because he already had it going, so I wanted to be a part of it. And I'm definitely about ownership.
Yeah.
I was telling my homie the other day, like we used to chip on a fifth of Hennessy. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now you got your own tequila. You know what I'm saying? I remember we couldn't, even pay the water bill. Sometimes you have to go out there with the thing and turn it back on when they leave. But now I got my own water. You know what I'm saying? Defiance fuel.
No doubt.
So that's what it's about to me. Just build it, man.
And with this campaign comes, you're opening a new studio.
I was already open.
It's already
you know
open?
what I'm saying? Boutique styles, crazy. 6 stories. Real fly, man. You know what I'm saying?
So is that personally for you to record?
No. It's definitely a business. I'm all about, getting them ones and them twos. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep it for myself. But it's more of a boutique style, though. It's something I always dreamed of, and to have someone that's really comfortable for you to work and get a vibe. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't just like going and renting a space. It's more so an experience.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? And
so
it worked
I saw
for
some
me.
pictures like it's got a barbershop in there.
Yeah, barbershop, gym, a rooftop bar, cigar lounge, club level. I mean, anything you want is there. You know what I mean? That was the whole vision. It's when people come in town, they can just lock in and just record it.
And what inspires you?
And by the way, I own the property. Just let's talk about that.
I imagine you do.
So you know real estate too?
Oh, of course. That's what I've been
he's
doing,
on
baby.
top of
Like,
it.
come on, man.
When you make the type of
year for real.
you make the type of money
don't let these videos fool y'all, man.
Jeezy makes, he hasn't even done movies yet.
Right.
They're coming.
Right.
But,
No, they're absolutely on the way.
Yeah,
They're
I know. Absolutely.
Yeah, but no, that's my thing. thing. I've been really, doing a lot of real estate business. So if you don't see me, man, I'm still grinding, man. Music is my art. I'm always love that.
Of course.
I'm always do that.
Of course.
But I refuse to let any human being box me in and tell me that's all I could. That's crazy.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? You ain't hot no more. You crazy. Look at the bank account, bro. Like, what we talking? Like, we talking a popularity contest, or we talking real numbers? I don't see Dr. Dre out at all. He's worth $1 billion.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't hanging in the club. I don't see him.
Yeah.
He ain't got nan chain that I know of. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, that's what it's about for me, like showing the culture, like, man, like, don't get stereotyped and become, with the coonery because you just think this is what it's supposed to be like. If you look at somebody like myself, I came in the game with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, the friends I hang around, if you got diamonds in your watch, they look at you like you crazy. You know what I'm saying? That ain't real money to them. And I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying, that's a level I'm on. I come from the street. You know what I'm saying?
How did you feel about the whole, we won't call it fiasco with the money to the ear, because for you it's kind of both sides. It's kind of like, you come from the lifestyle,
come from the
but at the same
rain
time
era.
you've evolved.
I felt where he coming from, but I just think it was probably like a cultural disconnect.
No doubt.
Meaning that, if you look at some of the New York entrepreneurs and what they got going on up there from Wall Street to, the type of money they made, you look at the Puffs and the Jays and all those type of people, it's always been different. We don't have people down here that's worth $1 billion by themselves or together. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to look at it like that because it's big business. We just getting to the point where we can do big business. We controlling the culture with the music, but that's what I'm be on. I was telling my partner the other day, but what a business at, man. There's people around here that own all these buildings. You don't even know who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they making real money. So I can see where you could say that, but I'm from the streets, I'm from the culture, I'm from the grind. So that's a level of success. But you always can level up, though. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have money to your ear, but I would rather have my mother's house paid for.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It's another thing to have, 2 or 3 cars, but I ain't doing no leasing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? It's another thing to have, a pocket full of cash, but that's cool, bro. That's what you want to do. But I got 5 black cars in my pocket right
No
now.
doubt. No
you know what I'm
doubt.
saying? For all my companies. So that's how I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to do what I do, but I've been there. You know what I'm saying? No nigga had more money than me under the mattress. I don't give a fuck who he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. So at the end of the day, I respect it.
Yeah.
But I'm always about the level up. So when you see Jizzle out, you hear me talking, I'm trying to get in rooms that you can't get in. So when you finally get in those rooms, I'm gonna tell you how to handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you, bro. About a little over 8 years ago, man, you made an anthem, "A President is Black." And you were very instrumental in us getting a black African American president.
Right.
How did we get where we are now? Like, we went
Hey,
from...
I remember this. I remember this though. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end my. I remember they had this city hall thing over on the east side when all these kids was getting killed and all these things were going on. I just remember going and they had a lot of different artists and everybody had an outlook. But this was like a city hall meeting.
Yeah.
You had people in there really frustrated, arguing with each other. And I'm sitting there and I go, when it was time for me to speak, I was like, okay, this is cool. We get it. People out here getting killed every day. But listen, if y'all let this guy get into office, we're gonna really have a problem, all of us. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what we need to be focusing on. We as a culture gonna fix ourselves. We always do that. You know how many funerals I paid for? They're my homies, but that's what happens when you out here in this world we in. But you gotta forward think, and that's how we got distracted. We was worried about what was going on at the moment. And I preach that to my homies every day. You can't worry about what the fuck going on today. You gotta have a 10-year plan, 20-year plan. You gotta forward think. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got bamboozled, because we started worrying about what we were seeing. And they threw something over our head, just like they do in the NFL shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who cares if somebody stands and kneels? That's their business.
Right.
This is America. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave.
No doubt.
But all that shit is a distraction. You see what I'm saying? So they don't put this guy in office, and look what's going on. Nobody likes him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is our country, though. It's not his.
Word.
So how you think we fix it?
Yeah. I mean, we got to let it play out, but the good thing is, like, everybody sees it. It's not just us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even people on his side.
Right, and I'm not even want to get into it, but listen, man, I know, I've seen, and I said that, you know what I mean? Like, this nigga's on Twitter all day. Like, he on more than your favorite rapper. That's a problem to me.
Or model.
You know what I'm saying? He got too much free time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Twitter fingers for real. You know?
For real.
But not to even get on it, but I just say as a culture, man, like, we stronger than anybody think, because we make something out of nothing. And even for himself, his father gave him $200 million. There's no reason for him not to be where he's at. My daddy ain't give me shit, but look at me, though. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm kicking. That's what I'm preaching. So when you see me out here, I ain't got nothing to prove, because I done I've been through all the fire. I don't got down with some of the best. Some of the niggas that you look at as hood heroes have been my best friend at the times when they was the hottest. And I ain't talking about rap-wise. I'm talking about hanging out with them to get you 10, 20.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's how I look at it. So when you see me, it ain't all about me preaching positivity. It's wisdom. It's like, nah, bro, that ain't it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. Even with now with the music, you know, everybody making money, but shit, you know, and I ain't trying to call nobody out, but if your business ain't handled right, you saw what happened to some of these people before us. When the IRS come, they ain't playing. So you can put your money on your plane to your ear, do whatever you want to do. But when they come, they not bullshit.
Right. The real gangsters.
You know what I'm saying? The real gangsters. You have to deal with that.
Right.
So I advise
Nobody
you to be smart. That. I ain't been here for 12 years because I'm, you know, because I just, you know, hustle. Like, you know, my shit is thought out, it's planned. You know what I'm saying? My music is my art, is my vehicle to let my message be heard. But I never got in this to be the best rapper. I ain't never get in this to be the hottest rapper. I got into this to make sure my family was straight, to put my sisters through school, to pay for my mother's house, to make sure my son went to private school and he could do the things that I couldn't do, and to make sure that I can feed and make sure my employees are straight.
No doubt.
Because that's what it's about. It ain't about me. It's about everybody that I can help. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
Hey, Reverend Jeezy.
Always give you that good word.
But still, though, don't get it wrong. We still popping bottles tonight.
Yeah.
And people don't get that because that's the music. You know what I'm saying? But when you sit down in these rooms and you're talking to these people and they tell you their ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I refuse to work for anybody. I tell, you know, all the time, it's like, if you can't be your own boss, like, what are you doing, bro?
No doubt.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, it's cool to be hot. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be iced out and all that. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what you're going to kick for the next 10 years, you know, I suggest you work a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Because, listen, man, I don't had every watch in the world, every chain.
Right.
When you get to losing that shit, your homeboys get to running off with it. You go back to your jeweler when you fucked up. He ain't going to give you none of that.
Right.
I bought a Jacob for $90,000. Nigga tried to give me $2,500 for that.
Wow.
I learned my lesson right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm going to go buy some property.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Only took one time, though, right?
It only took one time because when you're back against the wall, ain't nobody gonna throw you nothing. And what it takes for me to run my business and to make sure my employees and their family straight, I couldn't go borrow that from a friend unless it was Jay-Z, perhaps, Puff Daddy. But I'm a man. I don't want to go to another man and tell him to let me hold $70 million so I can get it cracking. Look at me like I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's out of respect. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's what I represent. That's why you hear it in the music. You know, go harder, ball hard, go bigger, do whatever you want to do, but just don't let them put you in the box, man.
Right.
Don't let them tell you just because you from this walk of life, you got to be like that. That's bullshit.
Any box for that matter.
Right. You be careful because there's a lot of boxes out there too.
Right. Any box for that matter. Tell us how you hooked up with Tee Grizzley, man. I know you got to run. How did you hook up with Tee Grizzley for this other banger?
You know, just hit me on FaceTime. Appreciate me putting him on the record. Like I told him, man, you know, I love what he do as well. But I mean, it's just like, it's a few people I really respect in this game as far as their contribution. And one was definitely Doe B. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like he was coming from a place that was just honest and real. And it was just like, yo, he's really hard. And I believe what he was saying. The other was Bankroll Fresh. I felt like, you know, what he was doing was so raw.
Right.
And, you know, next in line was Tee Grizzley. And I just felt like, you know, let me reach out to him now so, you know, we can build some type of rapport. But at the same time, I feel like we can make some great records. But I just let him know, like, I'm here, bro. If you need me for anything, you know, Detroit, I got a lot of love there. And at the same time, I felt like that was my way of giving back as well, is grabbing one of their own. And the producer that produced the record, he's from Detroit as well.
No doubt.
So that was just like, I just felt like that was what a big homie would do. And I love the way he tells stories as well, you know what I'm saying? I've heard of some of the people that he talks about in his music. I heard about what they done, like, you know, Blade, and, you know, matter of fact, while we speaking, Long Live Rock, you know what I'm saying? Sorry for that loss. But at the same time, you know, when you're from Detroit, you know what I'm saying, like, they look into their, you know, to some of their street figures like heroes, and they never let their names die.
Right.
And I respect that about them.
No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
Right. No doubt.
And I just told him, I was like, yo, I want to talk about what is going on in my world with people that I lost, and you do the same. I'm gonna represent Atlanta, you represent Detroit. We're just gonna come together. But the whole cold summer concept was, like, we gonna ball in the wintertime too, because that's snow season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you coming out the summertime, everybody like, I gotta turn down. Get ready for next summer. And nah, we gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
What was the
Snow
creative
season.
process like on the record? Because when I hear it, it feels like just friendly competition. But
Yeah, it was dope. I mean, it was more so about you tell your story, I'm gonna tell mine. And by the way, those keys on there is a Tupac sample. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I went through hell to get that clear.
We heard that. Yeah.
But I mean, it was more so about you tell what's going on in your city, I'm tell what's going on in mine, and let's just talk that talk and make people understand, like, we gonna give you something to celebrate to. We're gonna give you something to go out here. If you out here and you working hard for your money, you know what I'm saying. I tell people all the time, life is too short, so you gotta enjoy it too, though. You can't just be out here just working every day and not enjoying what you're doing, because you putting in work. You're away from your family, you're away from your kids. You know what I'm saying. You're away from your loved ones. You know what I mean. You putting hours on your body, getting on these planes and hopping on these jets. It is like, let's ball a little bit.
Right.
It's crazy when you say that, because like when I heard the record, it felt like, it might sound weird, but like a constructive version of having a good time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it, like clearly, like it was a math. Like, you got to.
No, that's it. That break and that build up, it's like, I'm about to fuck it up. Yeah, I bought a light 10. That makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
And
that's in my baller budget.
Word. Like, y'all clearly did something extraordinary to get to that place too. Like, as far as the balling is concerned, like, y'all worked hard to get up to the point where you can ball in.
But no, I mean, I got to be honest. I mean, it's always been like that with me, because I jumped off the porch like that. But at the same time, when you put things in perspective, it's like it ain't really a big deal, because it's people that go on vacations and spend $600, $700, $800,000. I was just with Ludacris. I know.
Right.
I know he spent
his birthday got crazy.
I know he spent $500,000 on his birthday.
Right.
He flew me out. Well, I flew myself out to Paris and met up with him and his family and his friends. But and that's what we talk about, inspiring each other. He did the same thing we do, but he didn't let him put him in a box. He's in one of the biggest movie series ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that. But I ain't never spent the $500,000. I might have spent the $500,000 in Magic City in a point of time that I probably might regret later on. But I ain't never think to save that and go spend it.
Another Jacob moment.
Right. Instead of taking my whole family and everybody to Paris for a whole week. You know what I'm saying? You eat whatever, drink whatever. But those are the things I respect, because it's all about inspiring you, inspiring me, inspiring him, and keep inspiring each other. So that way we don't get jaded and get just stuck in our ways and just doing the same thing. Because I'm gonna tell anybody, man, you out here grinding, you should see the world, bro. Go see it. It's big. You know what I mean? It's bigger than your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than your city.
Yeah.
I come back to Atlanta, I'm like, damn, it's cold.
Right.
I mean, I've been out of town too long, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly. Jeezy, we appreciate your time, man. We know the album is coming soon. We know it's going to be something special.
Yeah, something special, man. But until then, we got this cold summer. Shouts out to Tee Grizzley. Shouts out to Detroit. Shouts out to P. Diddy. Just hit me on the FaceTime. Capping, talking, popping, all that. Bottles up. Wintertime anthem, man. But I suggest, let's get to this money, man. We're going to have a great Christmas, all of us. We're going to grind hard, and we're going to shine better, baby.
No doubt.
God bless you. Good night.
No doubt. Jeezy, Hood Rich Radio, 92.3, 96.7 The Beat. Salute.